Hello, everybody, and welcome back to Senstaku's ADHD stream. I'm Senstaku. This is my ADHD and my stream. We're back with more Pathfinder Kingmaker. I got a very good night's sleep last night. Hopefully, I won't be passing out in the middle of the stream. That's no guarantees because that's not how my brain works. But we finally established our barony, and then yesterday, we got killed by a bunch of manticores. So I look forward to seeing what happens next as we try to not get killed by a bunch of manticores. Let's just get into it. Oh, there it is. Also today, right after the stream, I have a job interview, so that'll be fun. Literally right after, like the stream ends at noon, and then at 12:30, I've got interview. Turn sounds up. Wait, again, I fucked it up every time. Every single time I do this. Hey, Mask Blackness, welcome back. Like I said, we succeeded at establishing our barony, and then we got ate by some manticores because we went the wrong way. Well, we didn't go the wrong way. We went out of our way to, we tried to go start, in order to get a treasurer, we tried to go start the, our tiefling friend's mission, where we go help her find some stuff in a tower, because she and her sister, are twins that can't exist on the same plane at the same time. But it took us over here, and then I realized, oh shit, it's the 4th, which means that we have visitors, which means I need to get back to my castle. And then we got jumped by manticores. I shouldn't have auto-tracked, because we definitely took the long way here. So now we're hoping to not get jumped by manticores. You always need to catch your breath. Catch your breath later.
Tire.
My strength betrays me.
Hiram looks embarrassed. He runs his fingers through his beard, clears his throat a few times, and then speaks at last. I heard, not that it is important, but, well... He clears it again. I heard that an ancient trade road built by the dwarves of the Five King Mountains runs through these lands. I don't know what happened to them or where they went. Unforgiving time spares no one, but the road itself is still here, and possibly not only the road. Well, Aiden, I have a request. If you find any dwarven ruins in the area, I'd like to see them with my own eyes. Of course, Hiram. If I find any dwarven ruins, I'll take you to them. Thank you, Aiden. Thank you. Brodus is the god of depression. Change your mind? I mean, he's not, though. He's the god of entropy. Which can be depression. Which, you know, like, entropy can be depressing, but it's not, specifically speaking, depression. It is the understanding that, in nature, all things end. In fact, it's... I would say Grodus is the opposite of depression, because... Grodus is understanding and coming to terms with the fact that you will die and that all things will end, as opposed to being upset that, you know, or having anxiety about that fact.
In due time.
It's an acceptance rather than a fear.
Ready for anything?
I wonder if our treasure is here now. Right, I never connected that bit, did I?
That is not far.
Yeah, just because you're the god of a depressing subject doesn't mean you are the god of depression. It's particularly considering that the outlook of Grodus is not, oh man, everything's gonna die. That sucks. The outlook of Grodus is everything's going to die eventually. This is the truth of the world. More nihilistic, more the god of nihilism, really, than depression.
In due time.
Which again, you can be nihilistic and depressed, but they are not inherently the same thing.
Enemy approaching.
Got us some wolves to murder. Oh, fuck. I hit the button too fast.
Repent. You forced my hand.
I like how I miss on a 2. Sorry, I miss on a 1. I hit on a 2, which means I have to critical miss to miss, and I critically missed. If I have an AC of 20, the enemy will roll 21, and if I have a plus 30 to hit, I will roll a 1. That's how it works.
Provoked.
I'll cut you. Die for me.
Serves you right.
This won't kill me. They go down!
Made a homebrew god for fun. Google the god of knowledge, lies, and secrets. Cool.
This should do it. I'll try to make this swift.
I'll survive. I always survive.
This is for you.
Bleed for me.
Is the joke the fact that the god's name is Google?
Share your troubles.
Because if so, then yes, I saw it.
Turinos. Magritio Turinos. Magritio Turinos.
All according to plan.
Mm. Alright, so. Our treasurer isn't here. Can't remember what caused him to spawn. If he doesn't start spawning until, like, the issues start happening, which is probably true. Overgrown pool. Sure, let's enter this destination.
In due time.
Oh, I should be reading this. Sorry. A group of hardy people with axes, most likely lumberjacks, are menacing a fragile Nixie. Two lumberjacks standing before her, relaxed and disconnected. The lead lumberjack shakes his fist at the Nixie and yells, "Let them go, you swamp freak! If you don't, I'll burn this rotten grove to the ground, on my word." Milanese. You're the freaks, and my name is Milanese. Thank you very much. If you keep being rude like this, I'll just drown these jumbos in the lake, understand? Corax, noticing you, the lead lumberjack runs away. You there, you seem a capable sort. Interested in some coin? Name's Corax. We're loggers here in this forest. We could use your help in freeing our people from this Gorgon's claws. Out of all the prefab characters in the game, who is your favorite? Octavia. We should help her. No, them. I don't know. Why can't people in Fae live in peace? We should just slaughter them all and be done with it. What's going on here? We're minding our own business, cutting trees and splitting logs, when this hag shows up out of nowhere, screeches at us, then jinxes two of ours and threatens to drown him. With these Fae breeding like rabbits everywhere, what's an honest, hard-working man to do? Stupid Jumbo, you're the ones who breed like rabbits, spreading into more and more space. You've lived here since forever. I've grown these trees for more than 100 years and know them down to their tiniest leaf, and then you show up with your stupid axes to ruin everything. Listen to me, people. I'm the Baron of these lands, rightful ruler of the realm, and I haven't granted anyone logging rights to this forest. You should leave now, or you may regret it. If you say so, your grace. The sovereign's word is law. Milanese, they'll leave this place and never return. Please release the hostages now. Oh, sure, and who's gonna bring my trees back then? They come in here, smash everything in sight, and then just leave? No deal. Fix what you broke, and then maybe I'll let them go. Think of your situation, Milanese. These people are willing to leave in peace. Asking for much more could prove dangerous. If you push me, I'll just retreat into the lake with these two. I can breathe underwater. You think they can? We'll find out. How are we supposed to restore a tree that's already been cut down? You humans are always like this. Destroy, destroy, destroy. And then when it's time to clean up your mess, poof, gone. Fine. Then since you're clearly clueless, I'll tell you what to do. There are these magic thingies that look like feathers, the feather tokens. Throw one on the ground anywhere and a tree springs up. Your people's mages who tread the swamps more often than others, they can make them. Buying a couple won't break your bank. My cousin Teresa can also make them. She lives in the Narrow Marshes. Either way, you bring a handful of them back here, I'll let your goons go. Hear that, Korak? Just buy some feather tokens from a magic shop and she'll let your people go. You think we just have piles of gold lying around to go thrown away in a magic shop? We can barely feed our families. Right here, I'll bring the feathers.
That is not far.
Fucking Nixies. Also, again, I have plus 11 to my. I have plus 11 to my. My rolls there. So, I had to roll a 14 or better, and I did. I clearly failed. But your whole kingdom is full of Nixies and other fake creatures. Yes, I know, which is why they're annoying. Also, hello, welcome. Or Straza. She is right, though. I mean, just because she's right doesn't mean she's in the right. She's threatening to drown people if we don't plant a few more trees in a place that is already full of trees.
I need to catch my breath.
There is no shortage of trees in these lands. We'll buy the feather tokens. Also, the existence of the feather tokens and the fact that mages make them are kind of the thing that proves that she's actually not right. And she's like, you know, you humans destroy, 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 and never think about cleaning up. And yet, humans have thought of feather tokens. So...
As it should be.
Just because these specific humans didn't think of them doesn't mean that that's how it works. Show me your wares, Zarcy. Oh, you don't have any feather tokens.
All according to plan.
Do you have any feather tokens, Hasuf? Which you have 1,000 quarterstaffs, which seems like a lot. Why do you have 1,000 quarterstaffs? Other tokens here.
Hey, Karabakh!
A woman in rich gold-embroidered clothes greets you with a polite bow. Her eyes, the color of molten gold, shine brightly in her dusky face. Greetings, noble ruler of these lands. My name is Arsinoe. Arsinoe. My name is Arsinoa. I am a messenger from the Temple of Abadar in Absalom. And I come here assuming the citizens of your young barony could use the services of a priest. I could use the help of a cleric. That is precisely why I'm here. Ah, you don't have the thing I need. So, fuck off.
In due time.
Well, all of my shops are turning up empty, it seems.
Follow my lead.
You see a stout man suited in well-worn armor. His face is framed with silvery stubble and his fleshy nose is red and pockmarked. He radiates perfect calm. As you approach, he bows respectfully and with dignity. I lend your grace, Captain of the City Guard. A young dwarf salutes you awkwardly. Delia, assistant to the captain. Happy to serve your grace. I like to learn something about those who serve me. Of course, your grace. I've been a guard all my life. Our snot roast nut in Night Watch rest off is famous for its fencing schools. Young people from all the river kingdoms come to study there. It seems like every other person has a sword, and every third thinks they know how to use it better than all the rest. A spoken word and drunken fight can quickly lead to a stabbing rampage. That's why there are so many guards in the city. They don't accept just anyone. Lady Jamandi took note of my achievements and marked me for advancement. That's why I'm here. As for Delia, I found her on the street about a decade ago. I remember vividly. A tiny dwarf girl sitting on the temple steps, dirty face, barefoot, feeding a piece of bread to a stray cat. I saw her and my heart missed a beat. The captain looks away. Where she's from, who left her alone, and why, only Ara still knows. As she grew, I tried to send her to learn the craft, but who can talk sense into a dwarf? She wanted to be a guard, and that's that. So now I'm teaching her myself. Lucky she has a head on her shoulders and a fair bit of strength. Cool, I didn't need to know that much. Alright, bye. Guard captain and adoptive guard captain daughter. Yeah, later today I've got my interview after the stream, and then I'm gonna go pick up a cake because it's my partner's birthday. And I've got present and cake for her when she gets home. Well, I have present. I will have cake. Let's go ahead and claim the outskirts. Oh, I don't have enough funds to claim the outskirts. Well. Hang on. 94. I would need... $56. Well then.
In due time.
Man tells you his life story. Me, I just asked for the time. Also, happy birthday to he, them. Sorry, her. Happy birthday to my partner. Yes. She, her. Well, thank you. The structure of that sentence confused me, but I got it in the end. Failed to sneak past. Alright. Let's fight!
I'm not afraid.
That's a big wolf. Just one wolf, right, game?
I'll fight if I have to.
A calculated risk.
Fuck!
All according to plan.
What happened to that wolf? Well, it exploded. How did it explode? Well, our leader went up with a pickaxe. Tapped it like a keg. It blew up.
I need to catch my breath.
Octavia, I really need you to,
Tristy,
like,
why are you so boring, huh? I've seen you fight. Sword covered in blood, corpses underneath your feet. Your face is so sad, it's like your favorite uncle's funeral.
Sarenrae teaches us to show mercy to all, even one's enemies. By interrupting their life's journey, I've deprived them of a chance to better themselves and atone for their sins.
Octavia, I need you to do, like, some push-ups or something, because this is getting ridiculous. Walk 5 feet. I'm tired. Walk 5 more feet. Wait, stop. Dead Balgard. Dead human. Ah, Balgard scarred one. Alright, well. Ow.
You can't stop me.
The weak suffer.
Ow.
I endure.
Yes.
Magritio, Turinos.
This will hurt.
Got mega smacked. Oh, yeah. These Balgards aren't playing around.
Calm down. Not dead yet.
Death comes.
All right, cool.
What troubles you?
Yeah, Ragongar, get up. We're leaving. Place is full of really bad guys. We're leaving. We already did test cutter, didn't we? Yeah.
Your tribe lives in the frozen mountains, right? If you're such strong warriors, why didn't you conquer some better lands for yourself?
Ha! Listen to you. Where do you think those tribes in Numeria came from? They came down from the mountains.
I keep getting Numeria confused with whatever the name of the Conan the Barbarian world is. It's like Numenaria or something. No, it's not even Numenaria. It's something else, but... Hyboria. Or... Yeah. Like, every time they say Numeria, I'm like, wait, is that...
I
No.
need to catch my breath.
May we have a moment of respite?
There's someone on the road. Get ready.
We will be victorious.
A young Dwemer cat. These are troll hounds. These are ferocious troll hounds.
Let's try this way.
Ow.
Yes.
How did we get her turned 2 times in a row? That was weird. We're not gonna complain.
Magri, Turinos.
Wait, you're supposed to actually cast the spell, Tristan.
Tear them apart! Wounded.
One down. Fire elementals, do your jobs.
delicious.
So it's come to this.
Bring it!
Alright, we helped the Dreamer Cat. Everyone feel good? Let's get the fuck out of here. Well, I'm not strong enough to go far north. I'm not strong enough to go far south. I guess I'll just hang around my city until I level up some more.
My strength betrays me.
Deal with the feather tokens later.
Really nice, don't you think?
I don't get you. You're not a coward in battle. You don't flee from our enemies. So why you always keep sighing and whining like a pup?
Courage is the hardened end of compassion, Amiri. But I am heartened you do not take me for a coward.
Gotta go sleep in my bed. So I won't die again next time I get knocked down. Because I get knocked down and I get up again once per long rest. Or once per rest in a safe location.
Focus on the goal.
New merchants have arrived in the capital. Have they? Let's go see if they've got feather tokens.
As it should be.
Imagine that, you know, you arrive in a new city, you're preparing to set up shop, you get your license and everything. And then the ruler of the kingdom just comes running out of the town hall, out of the royal chambers and everything. Just you know, just running as hard as they can to you. Gets over to you, out of breath. Sits there for a second, you know, breathes. And then very sincerely asks, "Do you have any feather tokens?" I might make that a thing that happens in one of my games that I run at some point.
In due time.
Said there was a new merchant in town. I'm not seeing any new merchants.
Follow my lead.
I see Asuf, Verdel, Darcy. Those are Gungar and Octavia. Aram. Did you lie to me, game? You lied to me, game. How dare you?
As it should be.
How dare?
That is not far.
game's a fucking liar.
In due time.
So, Wizards of the Coast, speaking of fey creatures, this is from a while ago. Wizards of the Coast released a new Unearthed Arcana yesterday. Whoops. Everything's fine. The slightly full can of drink fell down. That's fine. Wizards of the Coast released a new Unearthed Arcana yesterday for D&D. Releasing more playtest material. Unearthed Arcana are their playtest material stuff, where they, whenever they're wanting to try out something new, they'll release it in an Unearthed Arcana. Here's already set up their stalls and are waiting for new customers. Well, maybe I'll try now. And it's revolving all around Fey lineages. So they've been, for the past two Unearthed Arcana, they've been testing out what I refer to as a lineage system, rather than, so that it looks like they're trying to sort of remodel the race, the races in D&D to be lineages, sort of decoupling your ancestry from your mechanical, like your abilities, kind of thing. And they've introduced fairies, Feywild hobgoblins, owl folk, and rabbit folk. And the Feywild hobgoblins are just upgraded versions of regular hobgoblins. Like, regular hobgoblins get +2 strength, +1 con, or something like that. And then they get dark vision, martial training, and saving face, which is an ability that lets them add up to +5 to a roll based on how many people are in close proximity to them whenever they fail a roll. The Feywild hobgoblins have dark vision, Fey resilience, which is they have advantage on saving throws against charm effects and things like that. An ability that lets them add things on to their help action whenever they take the help action, and an upgraded version of saving face, where saving face can only be done once per long rest. This new ability can be done once a number of times, equal to like your charisma modifier or something like that. Per long rest. And it got me thinking, we might be seeing an advanced player's guide on the horizon. Because the Hobgoblin feels like they are... The Feywild Hobgoblin feels like they are looking at some of the races that will lose a lot of things when they... if they move to a lineage system, and trying to figure out how to upgrade them if they move away from lineages. Because if you take away the skill proficiencies and you also don't have the thing I'm looking for. If you take away their skill proficiencies but you don't have +2 longsword, which I will need in 1 level. Oh, sorry, keep interrupting myself. If you take away the skill proficiencies and attribute bonuses that hobgoblins get, they basically have nothing. Nothing of real value, mechanically. So it definitely, like, the new Hobgoblin feels like they are sort of playtesting the idea of what if we go back, and since if we're making if this is all just speculation, rampant speculation, but if we're making an advanced player's guide so that we can update the PHP, because the thing about the PHP is that they don't want to change anything that's in the player's handbook, because that would make people have to buy another book, and they sort of tout themselves on, you don't need to buy another book other than the player's handbook if you're a player. But if they want to implement the lineage system to decouple attributes decouple attributes and skill proficiencies and things from your ancestry, then they're going to require a new player's handbook. So an advanced player's guide, which is something that has been done before, is basically a thing that gets released whenever you want to update what the players see as opposed to what the GM sees. All the other books are basically for the GM, and the player's handbook is the only thing you really need for a player. So the advanced player's guide would be the second book you need for a player, or a book you could get in place of a player's handbook. And if they're gonna do that to update lineages, then a lot of races would need to be retooled, because a lot of races, like for example the humans, as the player's handbook writes, humans get a +1 to every attribute, and get a skill of their choosing, or something like that, and then the variant humans get +1 to any 2 attributes and a feat. But it's like, if you're decoupling that attribute bonuses from the lineages, then humans, as far as the player's handbook is concerned, get nothing. You get the privilege of being human, and that's it. So, if they're retooling hobgoblins, which is one of the more obscure, because it was in Volo's guides, one of the lesser played,
Follow my lead.
races, and also one of the ones that will be hit very hard if they if they switch over to lineages, then it makes me feel like that might be a thing they're doing. Like they're probably working towards an advanced player's guide.
In due time.
Hello, Doge. Hobgoblin with Fey background. Well, hobgoblins are Fey. Like, hobgoblins... No, hobgoblins are Fey creatures. They originate from the Feywild. Hobgoblins in D&D are, generally speaking, like in general senses, are a little bit further removed from the Feywild now, because they've been in the material plane for so long, but they originate from the Feywild. Look like normal goblins. Hobgoblins are like the size of humans. They're not like normal goblins. They're huge. Food.
As it should be.
So have you proven yourself to be a mighty warrior? I may have. The trial is finished, and if someone ever doubts me, I prove it. Cool.
All according to plan.
Yeah, it's just there's lots of potential interesting things on the horizon for 5th edition D&D. Because previously I'd been, sort of under the impression that if they were going to change up the way if they were gonna change up the way lineage, races work, it would have been until the next edition. But if they do an advanced player's guide, that would be a way for them to do that without having to update the edition too. interesting. And the way lineages work is basically, at character creation, you get +2 to an attribute and +1 to an attribute. You know common and one other language of your choosing, and so that's all separate. And then you pick your lineage, which has inherent like things that are physiological to those lineages. Which is kind of fun. That's how they did, the Dampiers and the Hexbloods and Dampiers, Hexbloods, and Reborn in the Gothic lineages document, which is probably the Gothic lineages are probably going to be released in the Ravenloft book that's coming out. But as far as we're aware, there's no Feywild book intending to be coming out next, so these Fey lineages seem fairly random. But if they're doing a, like I said, if they're doing a player's advanced guide, that might be a thing. I'm looking forward to it. I'm looking forward to... Let's go ahead and fight these guys. I need the levels. I always look forward to new changes to systems that I play, so...
In due time.
What's a Dampier? Dampier is colloquially a Dampier is like a vampire light kind of thing. In D&D, Dampier, it's D-A-M-P-H-I-R. They are half human, half vampire. Effectively. They are in as far as D&D is concerned, they are mortals that have received a much more limited version of the undead curse that curses vampires.
Follow my lead.
I got a random encounter, but no one showed up. That's kind of weird.
That is not far.
Yeah. Yeah, Vampire Hunter D and Blade are Dampiers. Oh, there's our random encounter. They were off here to the side, waiting. Is this dire wolf related to the one that we exploded earlier?
This is where I step in.
Maybe.
You're using it wrong.
Repent.
I'll fight it out.
This should do it. Tear them apart! They go down!
Serves you right.
Die for me.
In due time.
Bows are just arrow eaters. Guns are just bullet eaters. Depends on how you define yeet. Humans are just stuff eaters. Yeah.
Right higher.
Let's go check out the old
Hey,
oak.
book kid. Want to hear a story about hunting a saber-toothed owlbear? That was a good hunt.
A saber-toothed owlbear? But Amiri, owlbears don't have teeth. They have beaks.
Ba-da-ba-da-da-da. We found the old oak. Any feather tokens here? Excuse me, you. Do you have feather tokens? Ergongar, stop complaining about the rain. Ah, I see we have a man-eater troll here.
A reckoning is at
Adventures
hand.
called What's the holdup? Can you make an epic pose? I need inspiration.
Jeez, imagine if in 5th edition you could get sneak attack on literally anything. No, 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 no. Don't walk forward.
Bleed for me.
You forced my hand.
You can't stop me.
All right. Esme, Axel, yes.
Fear me.
Won't I survive? I always survive.
Oh, come on. Asshole.
Esme, Axel, yes.
Go.
This was not part of the plan.
Will survive. I always survive.
You deserved it.
I'll cut you.
Got his ass. Ooh, belt of giant
All
strength.
according to plan.
All according to Kingmaker. How much health do you have here?
Head on.
And a +1 light crossbow. You that +1 light crossbow. Give you the belt of strength.
As it should be.
Time for fun.
And now we find boggards.
I'll try to make this swift.
Bring it!
Any last wishes?
A calculated risk.
Consider provoked.
Die for me.
So it's come to this.
Tear them apart!
This is where I step in. This is for you!
Bleed for me.
Repent!
They go down!
God, I'm hungry now. I think there's some leftover pizza in the fridge, though, so on break I'll go grab some.
In due time. That is not far.
That Lindsay is a college student that decided that college wasn't the right place. Like, decided of her own volition that college wasn't the right place for a bard. The Bard College wasn't the right place for a bard. Like, Lindsay, you are such a college
I
student.
need to catch my breath.
And she's not necessarily wrong, but it's just, it's such a college student way of looking at it.
I'm hungry. When we stop?
You look tired. I think you should rest.
Thank you for caring. I'm sure you're right. But there's so much to do.
Random encounter. Fight!
I'm restless.
No mistakes.
You can count on me.
I know what to do.
I enjoy meeting new people.
Time's
They
not
didn't
waiting.
plan to keep away from me yet.
Ah, centipedes.
Victory is certain.
Serves you right.
That couldn't have been the only enemy. Oh, there it is.
This will hurt.
Really? We got ambushed by 2 centipedes?
Follow my lead.
Random encounter. 2 centipedes. Alright, so last time we fought manticores, there were 12 of them, and they jumped us in the middle of our travels. This time, though, there's only one, and it's in the middle of a plain, and we are ambushing it.
Focus on the goal.
Any fun to be had?
Hey, Sigmorn. On the stream. Do I have the outskirts? No, I don't have the outskirts yet. I don't have enough BP for the outskirts. There you are, you winged lion-faced bastard.
Face me if you dare.
You forced my hand.
Way to give him our opening statement, Tristan.
Let's try this way.
I'll fight if I have to.
Fear me.
I'll try to make this swift.
This should do it.
You can't stop me.
Bring it!
Alright. Where the fuck did manticores come from? Where do manticores come from? It's a Persian. They're Persian creatures. It's often said that the beast has the head of a man, the body of a lion, the tail of a scorpion. They are Persian mythological entities.
All according to plan.
Said to be unconquerable. Ah, belt of dexterity. Don't mind if I do. We'll give... Already has... Give her this one, which also has the +2 to Constitution, but has other things. Actually, no. We give her the +2 to Constitution, so she'll stop getting exhausted all the time. That's it. That's the way. That's the correct choice. Petrified egg.
In due time.
+1 scimitar. So we're taking him a falchion build, so not as useful. We get a wand of grease. All right, well, that manicore was easily dealt with. Let's enter the Fangberry Cave. We're at that point in the game where basically we just sort of like, we have a couple of quests we can finish, but they don't have a time limit yet. And at the moment we're just wandering around, gaining experience and familiarizing ourselves with our lands.
As it should be.
Such as the mythical Fangberry Cave.
I shall end this suffering.
Which is apparently home to spiders.
It has come to this.
I'm not doing it wrong. Spell it wide.
A calculated risk. Repent. That is not far.
We've down better ones.
Consider provoked.
This will hurt.
Yes.
You forced my hand.
Tear them apart!
This is for you.
Let's try this way.
One down.
You deserved it.
I'll cut you!
They go down!
I'll fight if I have to.
This should do it.
I'm listening.
Magritium Turinos.
Fix Ragonga. Got some Fangberries, which is going to be useful for later.
That was easy.
In due time. All according to plan.
Whew.
Well,
Monitor lizard just there.
Follow my lead.
It's not going to be worth that much. Alright, let's head back to the kingdom.
hungry. When we stop.
Slavery didn't break you. But could you forgive those who hurt you and give them a chance to atone?
Hell no! These wretches had 100 chances. 1,000. Millions. I'll think about forgiving them when they set all their other slaves free.
Also, Tristan, expecting the abused to forgive their abusers is a highly privileged, fucked up thing to do. I understand your whole thing is forgiveness because you're a Sarenrae priest, but still. Abusers do not owe their abuse victims do not owe their abusers forgiveness, ever. People that want abuse victims to forgive their abusers are people that want to themselves be forgiven should they do something abusive. Keston Garrus. Your Grace, Keston has a troubled look on his face. I fear there's another matter that requires your attention. There have been reports, many of them, from settlements across the Gnarl Marches. There are trolls in the forest, seemingly hordes of them. Abusers forget, the abused don't. Correct, Death Heaven. Also, welcome to the stream. Rumors claim they're more than the typical savage beasts. They almost seem to show reason and tactics. They form groups, attack all at once, plunder the villages, and carry away the peasants. Even stranger, kobolds have been spotted among their rank, when usually they would be attacked on sight. Keston falls silent for a moment. I'm not certain any of this is reliable. Fear builds mountains out of molehills. Some of the rumors even say that trolls carry torches and burn down houses, seemingly unafraid of open flames. Entirely possible the rest of the reports could be exaggerated as well. The common folk will hardly heed any simple exhortation. Someone will need to go to the Gnarl Marches to investigate the matter. I was considering the matter when it hit me. What if you were to take on this investigation yourself, Your Grace? A Baron's duty is to his people. I'll head south and look into the situation. Thank you, Your Grace. When you decide to go, please remember that trolls can only be killed with fire or acid. Oh, I'm aware.
Trolls who didn't fear fire? That sounded terrible, and dangerous, and terribly dangerous. If we couldn't rein them in, our young barony would be eaten up in a snap.
Much like a troll might eat a halfling. Tenebrous dream. A recurrent dream has recently been troubling the Baron's slumbers. He sees valiant heroes entering ancient ruins to descend under the ground, never to return. Their faces show stern resolve, their lips pinched thin. The angry red sun follows the heroes into the darkness, casting its fleeting evening rays upon them. Just before waking, the Baron hears a faint whisper. Come to me, hero. I await you here, in the tenebrous depth. And the Baron was like, what the fuck? More dream shit? 25 days until that's done. Before I leave, I should claim the outskirts. Just so I can have stuff building there while I'm... I have enough BP for it. Claim the outskirts. Huge, 8-legged beasts continue to multiply and flood the barony with their offspring. Oh god. I apparently took the exact wrong time to skip 2 weeks forward. Eight-legged plague. Christian. Get it done. Troll sightings. Ragongar. Get it done. Bandits outrage. Ragongar. Well, you'll get it done later. Let's see. Do I want to find a village there? I found a village in the North Nile Marches. It'll be basically here. So I don't want to put one up here, I think. I think I want to put it... I like to put my villages strategically because I will eventually get teleportation circles so I can teleport around. So I really want it to be in a good position. There's no way to cross the East Selen River over here. So putting it up here isn't really worthwhile. And the North Nile Marches, I tend to put my villages right around here, so putting it, in the woods doesn't help too much. I want it along a river because rivers give us pier locations. So let's put it here. Oh, we need some more BP. Insufficient BP. Let's buy... Get 60 BP there. Build trade guard. Start it with a wooden wall. Okay. That's working. That's working. Also, going to take a month. Let's get to the Bald Hilltop, everybody. Your Grace, I was at Oleg's trading post recently, and I noticed old Boken just standing there, bored to death with nothing to do. This is most unfortunate. After all, the old grumbler is a very knowledgeable alchemist. However, he has no use for his skills, since the locals need nothing more than the simplest of healing potions. And then it struck me. Why don't you hire him as your court alchemist? His decoctions and tinctures would certainly prove most useful to you. Also, it might be cheaper than simply buying from him or some other merchant. I'll go talk to Oleg. I'll go talk to Boken. After we go deal with the Bald Hilltop. I'm not bald, guys. It's just receding. It's a receding hilltop. Said the hilltop, in defense.
Ready for anything.
Mage armor. Shield. Mage armor. Shield. Enlarge. Enlarge.
I won't let you down.
Mage armor. Enlarge.
That is not far.
I wish there was another way.
Kill the spiders. Create a pit. Summon an earth elemental. Kill that spider. Kill that spider.
I'll try to make this swift.
Another earth elemental.
A calculated risk.
That earth elemental just slapped the stupid out of that spider.
Die for me.
Look, more spiders. Ah, fell in the pit. That's why I put it there.
So it's come to this.
Bring it!
You can't stop me.
Oh, god damn it. Oh, come on. How does an earth elemental fall in a pit? You are part of the earth that the pit is made out of.
Bleed for me.
Repent!
Tear them apart!
Consider provoked.
Ah, a doom spider. Come on, how is this spider so hard to hit? Boss song is playing, that's why it's hard. I know that. I'm just saying.
This was not part of the plan.
This is for you.
Alright, let's move it.
You forced my hand.
We have to kill the Doom Spider because it's doing ability damage is the problem. Alright. That spider's dead.
I'll fight if I have to.
Yes.
Another doge, please. What? Oh, fuck. Did I accidentally skip? Oh, no, he's held. I didn't. Okay. That wasn't me. He's actually held. Okay. Still held? Okay, no, he's no longer held. Okay, cool.
I'll try to make this swift.
I was trying to cast Cause Fear, but instead I shot him and he died. Same effect, really.
Any last wishes?
Like, for the priest, that's got to be kind of funny. It's like, okay, now I pull out my material component, like still holding the crossbow with one hand. It's like, pull out my material components, start doing things, forget that he's holding the crossbow, accidentally pull the trigger, and the thing just dies. Like, oh. Nothing.
You can't stop me.
This is where I step in.
Oh, Aiden's down now because he's got no hit points. Right. I should heal him.
Serves you right.
Oh, don't hideously laugh. Don't make my healer hideously laugh. Ragongar, stop laughing. It's not funny. Look, all she said was Republicans care about people. It's not that funny.
This will hurt.
So it's come to this.
Considered, provoked.
I like using the I like using my bonded holy symbol to regain a second level spell slot to regain another casting of restoration lesser, just to use it to spontaneously cast cure moderate wounds. Heal clerics in 3.5, baby.
This is for you.
Repent!
I'll fight if I have to.
How many times can you fucking cast hideous laughter,
Force
bitch?
my hand.
At will, says the computer.
Stop me.
I'll cut you.
I'll try to make this swift.
Oh right, shield blocks magic missile. That's why she can't hit them.
Die for me.
Consider me provoked.
Bleed for me.
This is for you!
Any last wishes?
Let's try this way.
There we go. Whew. I ran a cloak out of it at least.
As it should be.
All right, the Battle of Bald Hill has been resolved. Let's go talk to Boken. Try to avoid. The rumors surrounding the Bald Hilltop proved true. The Barony has been flooded with monstrous spiders attacking the locals and slaughtering the cattle. Reports indicated that huge arachnids spread a ghastly disease that weakens the victims with fever and coats their body with blisters. This invasion has to be stopped before panic and infection ravage the Sword Land. You wait in the throne room a little longer. Trying to claim it. Let me claim it. Oh, I don't have enough BP. That's why. I'm Smartman.
I need to catch my breath.
Also, I know for the fact the counselor isn't waiting for me in the throne room because he's right here with me out in the field. If he has something to tell me, he can tell me here.
All according to plan.
All according to Keikaku. Boken, how would you like to become my court alchemist? Boken's eyes light up. Court alchemist, you say? Perhaps, perhaps. But first I'll need a favor from you. There's a little cave a short way from here I used to gather berries there. Till it got overrun by spiders, that is. Red berries, almost like raspberries. Fang berries, they're called. Gather a bunch of them and bring 'em back. Don't wait around once you've got what you have them. They sour very fast. Help me out and I'll make it worth your time. And become your court alchemist as well. The spiders in the cave are mean. Here, let me give you some alchemical fire. Crafted it myself. Burn those spiders to a crisp. That'll teach them for taking over my Fangberry cave. I also need a bucket of moon radishes. They're a rare and mysterious plant. I don't know where to find them, but I know that kobolds gather them and value them highly. Not a huge deal, really. I'd do it myself if I were younger, but if you're willing, I'll pay you. 3 potions for the berries and a purse for a coin for the radishes. Alright, I'll try to help. Are these the berries you were looking for? Damn it all, these are the right berries, but they've soured. Would you be so kind as to gather some fresh ones for an old man? I'm still waiting to repay you with those 3 potions I mentioned before. Alright, well. I didn't realize you couldn't get them early. I have no idea where to get moon radishes.
Follow my
Hi, Kressel. You're here.
Hi there, stranger. I'm Irina, Svetlana's sister. I just arrived recently.
I see you're settling in just fine.
I won't be here long. Just enough to help Svetlana with her work around the post. I owe her that much. Then I'll be on my way. Still haven't decided where to go, though.
What direction did they give this voice actress? Read it like you're reading a greeting card.
It's just, I want to start a new life. To forget everything from before. Even my old name.
No one talks like that. That's such a forced way of talk. Why did they have her do the delivery in such a forced way? No, I understand that VA for games is pretty hard. I'm a voice actor, Deathaven. That was a choice that they made for that was a directorial choice because her other lines that she said previously were fine. That in particular sounded way forced and like because she has speaking lines earlier in the game. And that one just in particular just felt really forced. Okay, so we need to I need my build guide since we are doing a very specific build. For me and Tristan. Oh yes, level 5 is slashing grace. Vegas. Upper persuasion. Slashing Grace, Longsword. Alright, now we can use that +2 Longsword that we've got equipped, and we can throw away the Rapier forever. Mirror image, and... yeah, there's a handful of weird... yeah, like, and the thing is, like, the thing about the weird voice lines is that it's not, I can tell it's not the actors. I can absolutely tell it's not the actors that are doing a weird thing. It's the voice director that asked them to do a thing in a weird way. And I'm just really curious as to the why.
I tire.
We can ditch this now. And have our +2 longsword. You know, definitely don't have the trick done. We can give Lindsay the agile rapier. Christian. Okay, you up here? Extra channel. Yeah, because we're talking about it yesterday. Casey's voice actress, the tiefling kineticist, twin sisters, like hers is a very deliberate, like it's a dialect affectation, how she talks, the way she speaks and the words she's saying don't match up, and that makes sense because it makes her sound like a person for whom Common or English is their second language. Like that's how they decided to go with that, and that's fine. But that one in particular, just that was weird. It was very weird. Extra channel. God. You have outflank yet? Extra arcane pool. And dodge. There we go. The acid arrow. Level 5 barbarian here. Outflank. Outflank is very good. It's very good, especially for your frontline fighters. It's very good. Bard. Weapon finesse. Heroism.
Resting would be nice, don't you think?
Arcane trickster. That's Grace. Bulls. Yeah, Cat's Grace and Bull Strength.
Here!
You know. Third. Casting of missile. Cat's Grace, 1 bull strength. There we go. 1 for Aiden and 1 for Ragognar. Ah, yes, you're to your 3rd level spells now. I mean, yes. Fireball. Come on. I want you to summon more monsters, because summoning monsters is very good in this game. Or I want you to animate dead. Because at least then animate dead is always at least 3 skeletons. Where summon monsters is sometimes it's just 2 dogs. Or 1 wolf. Or 1 monitor lizard. And the skeletons have more, yeah, we'll give you some animate dead. These are conditional, I can apply those later. Yeah. Skeleton's always good. Alright. Let us rest. Alright, everyone. Climb into the single bed. And now that we've rested, we are also going to rest. So I'm going to go ahead and take a break. If you're watching on Twitch, please stay tuned for these commercial messages. And also, remember, when I take my break, you take your break. So get up, stretch your legs, grab a drink, grab food, use the bathroom, whatever you need to do. We'll be back in just a few minutes. And we're back. Ba-da-ba-ba-da-ba. According to Twitch, we've got 7 people watching right now. Hello. We had 9 earlier. I don't know where 2 of you went, but everybody that's new to the stream, hello, welcome. This is my ADHD stream, aka my attempt to control my ADHD in such a way that I can actually finish playing games. And also sort of an awareness stream. An adult living with ADHD and no medication. And I was had to wait for a while. Maybe Twitch thought I lapsed. Maybe. Who knows?
I see something.
I'm trying to steal that gold. Not say anything.
I yearn for entertainment.
I thought Ragongar was still, like, enlarged for some reason, but no, he's just that fucking big.
All according to plan.
There's a second edition Pathfinder game that I want to run. We've talked about this already, but we're going to talk about it again. I was reading the Pathfinder's GM book. Pathfinder 2 GM book. And there is a section about running building 0th level characters. So, in using the world of Gran Terra as opposed to Galarian, because I always like to run fantasy games in Gran Terra because I'm more familiar with the world than with Galarian or anything like that. I want to basically have all the characters. So that there's an island in Gran Terra in the Valkyrie Isles, called the Isle of New Beginnings, which is it's basically an adventurer's retirement home. Adventurers go there, you know, when they when they're done adventuring, they go there to retire and raise a family and things like that. Typically, you know, it's one of those very fairly large, quiet, not a lot happens, you know, quiet islands. So the player characters all start as the children of former adventurers, retired adventurers, who are living on this island. Between the ages of 13 and 18, as 0th level characters. And there are some ruins, and a forest, and the beaches, and the water around the island, and a mountain. So there's all these different, like, locales that they can sort of adventure in. And they all start with wooden weapons and things. Practice swords and the like. And they spend the time between level 0 and level 1 is them adventuring on this island as kids. And so they might go into the ruins and find some magic items or something. And theoretically, by the time they hit level 1, they will have had at least one magic item each. That they've earned as child. And so when they hit level 1, we time skip forward to them as an adult, leaving the island to go on adventures. So the youngest one would be at least 21 or something like that. And so then from level 1 on, that's all, you know, that's all taking place there. I just really I really like the idea of giving players a sort of like a Legend of Zelda starting area kind of experience, which is a thing that it's very difficult to do, and I haven't seen a lot of done in tabletop RPGs before. So I want to do that, and specifically I want to do that with Pathfinder. I mean, I could do it with D&D 5e. There are 0th level character rules for D&D, but Pathfinder 2 just has. I really like the 0th level character rules for Pathfinder 2. I may end up doing it in D&D just because, if that will be my next Grand Terra game that I run if I don't start running it before, Grand Terra Shadowfront ends. Tristan lowers his head. Greetings, Baron. I'm sorry to take you away from your other affairs, but your people need you. When the stolen lands were freed from the Stag Lord, the people sighed in relief. Many are still confused by their swift change of fortune. Truth be told, they simply don't know what to think of their new Baron, nor what to expect of you. Will you be a fair ruler for all, or only for those of wealth and status? Let us reassure your people. Show them where your favor truly rests. Perhaps a small celebration would help to win them over. Of course, you could spend the same amount on a luxurious dinner for the wealthiest of your barony, but I recommend organizing a fair for the common people, the ones upon whose shoulders your power truly resides. So my choices are, we shall hold a fair for the common people. I want them to know that I hold them closest to my heart. We'll hold a luxurious dinner party for the merchants. The support of our wealthiest citizens is essential. Or I can gain 20 BP, and I don't care to arrange anything. We can do without festivities and feasts. We're gonna have a fair. We're gonna have a fair for the common people. So yeah. If I do this, I get +2 community, +2 culture. If I do this one, I get +2 economy and +2 relations. If I got that, I just get 20 BP. We're gonna repair some of the damage that me accidentally taking 2 weeks off took when I was claiming the outskirts. We'll hold a common celebration where everyone will be welcome, including the poor and downtrodden. This is the greatest gift a ruler can give to his people. Your Grace, we are victorious. We fought off the spider invasion and defeated the strange dryad who led them. Sign of gratitude, your subjects have a special reward for you. I wonder, was this flood of spiders truly caused by the curse? I mean, the curse must be ancient and very ominous. The spiders were definitely scary as well, but they weren't ancient or ominous. I agree with Lindsay. This does seem strange. Seems more like the plot of an insane dryad than a true curse. Then how can we explain the dismal atmosphere on the bald hilltop? The pressure both of us felt there, Jod. Maybe the curse drove the poor dryad insane, causing her to lead the spider invasion into the barony. In any case, I have alarming news. As soon as the spider invasion was over, I visited the bald hilltop again. It's grown quiet once more, and just as gloomy as before. I don't think the curse is broken, just laying low, like a monster that rests before it feeds again. How much time do we have? Oh, a fair amount. I'd say half a year, even more. Now that the bald hilltop is quiet again, I can barely feel its evil will. I'm sure we will have enough time to prepare for the next attack. Well, let's prepare for the next attack. Very wise. If only we knew more about the curse, we might figure out some way to fight it. I don't understand. I spoke to the locals. They've never had any spider invasions before, and nothing ever happened in the bald hilltop before, either. Now both spiders and the curse, right when the new barony appeared in the Stolen Lands. All this seems highly coincidental. It does, doesn't it? Highly coincidental.
As it should be.
Anything with the story time?
This spell doesn't work like that. In due time.
Alright. In an hour, I have a job interview. That'll be fun. So yeah, if this job interview goes well and I end up working during the day again, I will have to figure out a new time to do these streams. I don't know when that'll be, but I will figure out a new time though. Rest at ease. I just don't know when. It'll entirely depend on my schedule, really.
That is not far.
Hey, now he's here.
Enemy approaching.
Thank you, Sigmor. That was satisfying. Oh. Well-placed fireball. Very good. So, the gnome invites some of his friends. Stupid, slow, sluggish gnome. Gnome! Stupid! There is a purple kobold on the riverbank who looks just like your old acquaintance Tartuccio. Kobolds want this skirt. Kobolds shall have it. The horse skull hides most of the kobold's face, but you see his vicious eyes glinting through the empty socket, staring at you. By orders of myself, the glorious King Tartuk. Kobold pounds his chest with his fist. Tartuk, king! This bastard was the one talking their ears off while the rest of them were trying to steal our cart. King Tartuk! The gnome looks at you and winks. What do you say to a bit of regicide? I've killed you once, and I'll be happy to do it again. How dare you speak like that to the king? Kobolds, attack! Shirdas! Shirda! Shirda!
Let's give them what they deserve.
Wham!
This should do it.
Come on. Get up in their face, Samiri. Become a clear and present danger while the rest of us catch up. Here. Have some Skella friends. Nope. Not gonna make it.
Bring it!
I'll fight if I have to.
Have some more Skella friends. Ooh, that's a lot more Skella friends. That was a good roll. That was a 3 on the D4. See you soon enough. This is not over. Save the cart from the river. While the gnomes were busy fighting the kobolds, furiously cursing and diligently punching their unwelcome guests right in their dragonish snouts, the cart was all but forgotten. The unwitting cause of the fight, it was being dragged away by the scared ponies when it slid down to the ford, sinking all the way up to the coachman's seat in the river. This is where the Skunk River flows into the Tuskwater, and the current becomes excessively spiteful, cold, stubborn, and turbulent. Having taken hold of the gnome's cart, the Skunk River must have decided to drag it down amidst the commotion, but it was caught in the act. The surviving gnomes, led by the head of the gnome expedition, an extremely loud and crabby fellow, but not without some managerial talent, were able to catch the cart before it floated away. Faces red and grunting with strain, they struggled to keep it from drowning entirely. Just then, a package fell into the water. With a heartbreaking splash, it vanished beneath the current, only to resurface 10 meters down the river. No! The head of the gnome expedition moaned as he glowered at the package. That was Alchemy and Life, the latest issue! After plunging into the cold river, the ponies immediately lost their nerve, swiveling their ears and twitching. They tried to chew through the reins and throw off the load. Why are you just standing around? Go on, help them! The head of the gnome expedition was visibly dissatisfied as he shouted. One of us tried to jump onto the cart to untie the ponies still standing in the water. Me. The jumping is good, but the lore nature is not. Hey, but I succeeded. Aiden nimbly climbed onto the roof of the cart and carefully crawled towards the ponies hitched up at the riverbank. The ponies seemed to be relieved to feel a firm hand holding the reins again. They calmed down at once and allowed themselves to be unhitched. In just a few moments, they were standing back at the ford, ready to pull the cart from the river. We tied a rope to the cart. 1, 2, 3, and the rope was securely tied to the cart, making it easier to pull out. A good lesson for every adventurer. Never leave home without a rope. Rope is your best friend. Gathering our strength, we began pulling the cart from the river. If you're certain you're ready, then let's do it. But be careful. Imagine the cart's full of gold or ale or some other thing you couldn't bear to lose. We left the cart alone for a moment, hoping to find something helpful nearby.
Share my path.
Is there anything else we could...
Count on me.
I'm restless.
Nope, I think... Is there something else nearby that we can get? Hang on, I'm going to look this up because I've never actually stopped and thought about this before. if there was something else you could do to help get the cart out. Hang on. Hang on a second. Okay, then no, it's just you can okay, so you can pull back out to buff yourself. Got it, if you need to. Tried to pull the cart out. The cart creaked and cracked, sounding as though it were sobbing. The boards strained against the combined stress of the rushing waters, pull against everyone trying to pull the cart ashore. Unfortunately for the cart, both sides were of equal strength. Something had to be done, or the poor cart would be torn to pieces. Let's see. So for a 19, we could get the ponies to work. No. Why does Aiden have to be the one to make the rolls? The exhausted ponies had worked themselves with lather. Everyone was soaking wet, freezing, and exhausting. The group's initial enthusiasm had all but vanished. They glared at the cart scornfully, ready to give up and forget about it like it was a bad dream. The Baron decided it was time to raise everyone's spirit. Be it with a smile, a noble order, some shouting, or even a good round of swearing. I'll have to get an 11 or higher on the roll. But that's better than everything else, so... Failed. After resisting our efforts for a while, the cart finally began to give. Squelching loudly in the mud, it jerked forward, and as the head of the gnome expeditionary opened his mouth to let out a victory cry, but that sly snake of a river decided that if she couldn't have her trophy, no one would. Instead of riding out on the ford, the cart began to lean, then slowly, almost magnificently, fell on its side. The scream of triumph only made it halfway before sticking in the gnome's throat. Son of a troll, the perplexed gnome gazed on his collection of boxes, packages, and bags slowly floating away. That gaze then came to rest on the us. Well then, thank you, travelers, for your oh-so invaluable help. Well, we tried. We saved you from the kobold, so... The gnome that stands before you wears dirty and ragged clothes. They used to look stylish and wealthy long ago, but those times are long gone. His black hair is matted, a deep, fresh scratch crosses his cheek. Despite of this rather pathetic look, the gnome behaves with inner dignity, and even manages to maintain a superior manner.
Jubilos Nartropple, a humble servant to no one. Oh, too bad your grace proved to not be capable enough to save my cart. Well, one shouldn't expect a faster reaction from a baron himself. After all, it's common knowledge that titled persons usually hire a bunch of advisors to do all the thinking for them. So, they must have some other bunch to jump in the rivers and save carts.
I literally jumped in the river to save your fucking horses, you asshole. And you!
By the way, it's a shame no one organized a greeting party when such a famous and popular person as myself arrived to your capital. I wasn't expecting a red carpet covered with rose petals, but you could at least have sent ahead some delegation. Oh, at least some of my servants are still alive. Do you know how much it costs to train a proper servant?
Jubilos jabbers too fast, never stopping even to take a breath. You can see he's piled up some emotions and just needs to get them out of his system.
Sounds like your servants are nothing but tools to you. Truly, with masters like that, being a servant is not much of an improvement over being a slave.
What's this then? Huh. Run along, little girl. The grown-ups are talking.
So, you're not only arrogant, but a boorish swine as well. Why am I not surprised at all?
Also, while I'm on that, I'd like to make an official announcement. The roads in your barony are in terrible condition. People must search for wading fords to cross the rivers because no one had bothered themselves with building bridges, and honest travelers have to take the risk of being attacked by kobolds at any moment.
Like the entirety of the rest of Galarian.
So, how did you say your barony was called? Oh, whatever, never mind. When I draw the map of these lands, I will call them the End of All Roads. Dirt Beyond. I guess it's a fitting name.
The gnome falls silent at last. He just watches you with the shifty eyes, opening and closing his mouth, as if he wants to say something more, but hasn't come up with anything yet. You said you were famous, but I don't know you. What are you famous for?
That was either a stupid and offensive joke or a case of total ignorance. The latter, I hope. I'm famous as a traveler, a cartographer, an alchemist, and a journalist. The students of all the major universities study the world using my maps. My articles for different journals are well known everywhere, from Andorran to Brevoy. You've definitely read some issues of National Alchemy, haven't you? Culinary Almanac of the Inner Sea? Or the most scandalous one, The Independence, describing benefits and drawbacks of governments and regimes in different states? Didn't read any of these? Oh, well, don't answer that. I don't want to spoil my impression of your barony. It's spoiled enough already. It would be hard for me to write at least something positive otherwise.
Wait, the Jubilost Narthropple? Author of the 14 and a half eulogies to Pitax? Oh my, every student in the Academy of Grand Arts devoured your books, especially after King Aravetti banned them, tried you in absentia, and sentenced you to death.
I see at least someone in this shabby barony has at least a rudimentary education, even if they got them in such a dubious establishment as the Pitax Academy of Grand Arts.
I was expelled for irreverence.
Is this so? Well, if it is true, then you just might not be beyond hope.
Sorry, I was expelled for irreverence is the best line. So what happened here? How did your cart end up in the river?
My party and I set up camp at the bank of this river. We'd just finished kindling the fire when that purple bastard appeared. You know what he told me? He introduced himself as the King of the Kobolds and told me he needed our clothes because he wanted to dress his subjects properly, you see, as long as they've established the kingdom of their own. That's literally what he said. I wonder, where did he learn the words? Obviously, I told him to buzz off. Some kobold wants to strut around wearing the clothes of the great cartographer Jubilost Narthropple. No way. So I've been explaining my position to him, being rather eloquent too, suggesting he and his so-called kingdom might as well fall into the deepest sinkhole. In the meantime, I've noticed that kobolds have already started to untie my cart. Well, I called my men to keep the cart safe. They couldn't guess what to do on their own, just stood there with their mouths ajar. Then things heated up as the fighting started, and while we were fighting, the ponies dragged the cart to the river. Stupid animals.
What is such a famous person doing that far from civilization?
I pursued two objectives. The first is to write an article on this new barony of yours for the Independence. The second is to draw a detailed map of the stolen lands. Before this barony appeared, it had been too dangerous to come here, but now an opportunity has appeared. Thanks to you, I must add. So, as you can see, the freedom of speech sometimes grants positive comments too. Anyway, I'm almost done with this journey. My article is practically ready, so is the map. All that's left to do now is to find an old dwarven outpost established here several centuries ago.
What is this dwarven outpost you're searching for?
Your ignorance is stunning. You create a barony, and still you know nothing about the lands you own. I'll have to enlighten you on the subject.
I don't technically own the land south of here, just so you're aware.
You see, long ago there was a dwarven trade route crossing these lands. It connected Five Kings Mountains and the north.
I like how the battle music is still going for this conversation.
They were generous enough to set a number of outposts along it, manned with armed guardians to provide protection for the traders. One of these outposts must be somewhere nearby, lost and completely forsaken, but nothing can avoid the watchful eye of the great cartographer Jubilost Narthropple. I will find this outpost, and I will mark its location on the map. You can trust me on that.
I mean, is this old dwarven outpost abandoned? Is it possible it's now used by trolls as a lair, for instance?
Why not? Dwarves like being underground. Trolls like being underground too. It's quite possible after dwarves left, their warm and cozy place fell into the hands of less attractive creatures.
I'm looking for the troll's lair. Maybe we're looking for the same place. Let's join our efforts and start looking together.
You seem to be a capable companion, but I'll pass for now. I still have to count my losses after the river took my cart and all my stuff.
How do you know I'm a baron?
I've already told you I visited your capital some time ago. Weren't you listening to me? And I'm used to being greeted by officials when I arrive to settlements of at least some importance. The glory of myself and my exploits usually precedes me, and officials usually prefer to be on good terms with me.
I didn't know you'd come.
Yes, you're right. I should have remembered that your lands are in the middle of nowhere, and you don't get updates on important things in time.
Well, if I find this outpost, I'll let you know.
I would be
Goodbye.
grateful. I'll stay here for a while. I need to sort things out.
So yeah, Jubilost is our first option for a treasurer. And he's actually really good at it, is the problem. He's just also insufferable. Jobs lost is an ass. Yeah, he's a bit of an ass. Well, let's go to the ruined watchtower first. Why? Reason.
I tire.
God damn it. 2 steps and we get an encounter we can't evade. It's a troll. You've lost Jaethal, even Valerie. Valerie's not an asshole companion. Valerie's just... I mean, I guess you could consider Valerie to be an asshole companion, now that I think about it. Charge, Amira. Amiri. Give us some Skellefriends! Oh, well, these are trolls, so we just hit them with Scorching Ray, right? Yep, still seems to work. I knew that the whole resilient to fire thing was just bullshit. He says, making a joke, because he knows how this game... Sorry, Amiri. Go, Skellefriends! Good, Skellefriends! Ow. It was a third troll. Bless the Skellefriends!
A calculated risk.
Ow.
Calm down. Not dead yet.
They go down!
You can't stop me!
How many attacks opportunity? Oh wait, no, they had their turn. Never mind. Never mind. Ignore me. Dalton, an elderly half-elf stands before you. His sun-bleached hair reveals him as a seasoned traveler, and the confidence with which he holds his bow reveals him to be a seasoned warrior. And his cart, full of various items, it seems a trader as well. Damn trolls, almost died from the stink alone. The half-elf wipes the sweat from his brow. They almost had me. What a troll's not afraid of fire. Good thing I had a few flasks of acid amongst my goods. Thank you for your timely rescue, friends. Despite his confident gaze, his voice trembled slightly. A few moments more, and I would have... Whoever rules this land gives little care to its safety. Formerly safe trade roads are given over to trolls and on guard to be seen. But where are my manners? I am Dalton from Miven, a merchant by trade. I am the Baron of these lands. Your words are fair. I'll do what I can to make the road safer. Dalton looked shocked. Oh, I beg your forgiveness, Your Grace. But these trolls, they're a threat to everyone. Ah, what does he think we're doing? What does he think we're doing here? Having a tea party, grumbles Ragognar, playing with his weapon. They've attacked several villages, destroyed several bridges, and are scaring away trade caravans. Worse than bandits by far. Your Grace is willing to resolve the matter. I know a mage living nearby. I visit him from time to time to sell him reagents for his spells. He is an expert on trolls. I know why they've suddenly become bolder and fireproof. Hey, wait, where do you think you're going? We saved you, didn't we? So we deserve a reward. Get out your coin purse. Again, Reg, please don't. Just leave him alone. Octavia's right, Reg. Leave him be. You scared, merchant? I'm just kidding. Pay no attention to me. You better listen to what our chief here says. I can see you're an experienced trader. Would you consider operating exclusively in my barony? Don't get me wrong, Your Grace, but I have family in Brevois, so my road always mistake me there, no matter how dangerous the journey. The roads are unsafe. I would suggest you go no further than the capital and wait until the roads can be garrisoned properly. There's still plenty of trade to be had elsewhere in the region. I must press on. My family is waiting for me, and they'll be concerned about my safety. I have to get to them despite the risk. I beg to excuse me, Your Grace, but I must be on my way. Any other dangers on the road? Trolls aren't enough, huh? Actually, I have heard a disturbing rumor. It said a hodag has made a lair in a cave south of here. Whether true or not, traders are taking no chances. Taking forest routes instead. Let me mark the cave on your map. I've never fought a hodag. Yet. Tell me more about this mage. Bartholomew is his name. He's not bad for a human. Always so polite, so respectful, but there's something odd about him. He lives alone in the middle of the woods, his house surrounded by traps with a single safe road leading to it. No bandits nor trolls scare him. The way he looks at you, it's like he's examining you. Like he's considering to crack you open and see what's inside. The chills. A good fortune to you and safe travels. Hold a moment. I didn't have a chance to reward you for your help. Fortunes are best shared, after all. Safe travels. Got some potions and some gold regardless. While you're here, though... No. I can't do a trade.
Follow my lead. No mistakes.
Oh god. Fuck.
I tire.
There is now going to be a gnome in Gran Terra named Istax. Let's see what the kingdom has to tell me. Events. Visitor waits in the castle. Oh, well. Let's head back to the throne room. Was going to go handle some trolls, but I guess not. I guess I gotta do important Baron stuff. Whomst might you be? Stefano Mosconi. The man before you reeks of vanity. His black hair is curled, styled, and generously waxed, from the hair atop his head to the points of his moustache. His cheeks and forehead are powdered white, giving him a pallid look. His hand rests casually on the golden hilt of his rapier. As he approaches, a mean, sly smile appears before his face, clearly practiced and prepared in advance. Ah, the ruler of this barony. I'm flattered by your attention. Sir Stefano Mosconi of Patax at your service. The man performs a derisive bow. What brings a Pataxian noble to my barony? I was just traveling back home to glorious Patax after paying a visit to Restov, all in service to King Castruccio Iravetti. I thought I might take a day to visit the capital of Patax's bold new neighbor. I must say, I really should have spared myself the trouble. It's hardly worth seeing. A 5-year-old could tell that you're deliberately trying to offend me, Sir Stefano. Perhaps you could just tell us directly what it is you came here for? Sir Stefano stares at you and snorts. You know, the initial goal of my visit was to take a measure of your so-called barony, to see if you had anything of value to offer Patax. And do you know what I found? Nothing. You have absolutely nothing to offer. Sir Stefano continues on without giving you a chance to respond. Military, weak. Culture, weak. Economy, weak. You'd best pray to all the gods that my king Iravetti doesn't declare war on you. On the other hand, maybe you should pray he conquers you. This mess of a barony could use the rule of a proper king. Should I be regal and king-like, or should I be what I really want to say? I'll be regal and king-like. Perhaps there is a touch of truth to your words, but my barony is still very young. Everything will be different soon. If anything ever changes here, it'll be the number of dung flies, and that will only grow. Ah well, I shan't continue this slaughter. No use battling someone who can't even fight back. All the best. Three. Don't worry, I'll kill him later. I do want to play an evil character just so I can go, cool, you're dead. What? How dare? Very easily. That's the fun of playing evil characters, is being able to do the things that you like, not to like be like evil, gross, and abusive, but to be like, fuck you, guy, die. Don't give a shit. I'm playing chaotic evil right now. It's Trip. Yeah, no, it's like evil characters are fun.
I tire.
Someone confronts my character and somehow like, wait, I'm evil, screw you. It's like, I don't give a shit. Let me show you how little of a shit I give. Stab, stab, stab.
I know what to do.
Alright, so we're going to go ahead and call this stream here. Just so that I have a little bit of extra time to prepare for my interview. So save that. Just keep an eye on the Twitter account. The Final Show Films Twitter account. I'll let people know if the times on this is changing or if I'll be back on Monday at my regular time, etc. So just keep an eye on there for updates as to what happens with the schedule of this stream. But thank you all for watching. If you've enjoyed what you've seen and you'd like to support us, you can always subscribe here on Twitch. You can follow us on YouTube. You can donate to our Patreon at patreon.com/fsfilms, or you can donate to me directly at kofi.com/JohnnyBates. We appreciate all the support. We also just appreciate you. I personally just appreciate people, hanging around and watching me do silly voices for 3 hours, because that's basically what I do on these streams. That's one of the reasons why, as a voice actor, I enjoy doing these kinds of games, because I can sort of give some voices and get a little bit of practice in and sort of feeling out how these characters sound differently in my head. So thanks for hanging out. Thanks for watching. We might be back tonight with some Lancer. It's not certain yet. Some of our players are having issues, or have been having issues that need to be resolved, and so we might be down a few people. We might just not have the stream at all. We don't know yet, but we'll keep it on the Twitter account if you're wanting to watch our Lancer stream. Whether or not we're back with it, we'll let you know there. Yeah. Thanks for hanging out. See you later.